Ever had your dreams crushed by the people who should believe in you most? I'm Maya Rivera, 26, from San Diego, California. Growing up, my parents thought I was a dreamer doomed to fail, while my brother Diego was their golden boy, future lawyer, perfect grades. They saw my love for cooking as a dead end. Maya, they'd say, you'll never make it with tacos. Get a real job. But I wasn't just cooking tacos, I was building a vision. At 15, I started experimenting with fusion recipes, blending Mexican flavors with Korean and Indian spices. My dream? A food truck that'd bring people together. When I told my parents, they laughed. A food truck? You'll be broke by 25. Their words stung, but I made a promise to myself. I'd prove them wrong, not with anger, but with a legacy they couldn't ignore. This story's got drama, a hilarious prank, and a moment that'll make you cheer. Ready to taste my triumph? Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's roll. Our San Diego home was a sunny stucco house near the beach, filled with the smell of Mom's pozole and Dad's old jazz records. But for me, it was a place where my dreams were drowned out. My parents, both teachers, valued stable careers. My brother Diego, 19, fit their mold perfectly. He was charming with a 4.0 GPA, headed to UCLA for pre-law. At family dinners, they'd gush, Diego's our ticket to the big leagues. He'll be a judge someday. His debate trophies lined the living room, polished weekly by Mom. I was different. At 10, I'd sneak into the kitchen, mixing cumin with soy sauce, dreaming of flavors that danced. By 15, I'd created a taco recipe, carne asada with kimchi slaw and mango chutney, that my friends raved about. I'd serve them at backyard barbecues, imagining my own food truck, Maya's Fusion Fiesta. But when I told Dad, he scoffed. Cooking's a hobby, Maya. You're not Diego. Focus on college. Mom was gentler but firm. Food trucks fail. Get a teaching degree like us. Their doubt wasn't subtle. At 16, I entered a local cooking contest, making my fusion tacos. I won first place, a $500 prize, and a write-up in the San Diego Union Tribune. I ran home, waving the certificate, thinking they'd finally see me. Dad glanced at it. Nice, but Diego's debating at nationals. That's real achievement. Mom added, don't waste your prize on cooking nonsense. They framed Diego's debate medals, but tossed my certificate in a drawer. The worst came at 18. I'd saved $2,000 from babysitting and catering gigs to buy a used food cart for pop-up events. I'd also been accepted to a culinary program at a community college with a small scholarship. At dinner, I shared my plan. I'm starting a food truck business while studying. Dad slammed his fork down. Maya, you'll fail. Cooking won't pay the bills. Diego's at UCLA. Follow his lead. Mom sighed. We can't support this. You're throwing your life away. I felt like I'd been slapped. They'd paid Diego's tuition but wouldn't help me. I stood, voice shaking. I'll do it alone. In my room, I scrolled Reddit's r/entrepreneur, reading stories of people defying naysayers. One post stuck. Your family's doubt is fuel. Build something they can't ignore. I wiped my tears, grabbed my notebook, and sketched my food truck logo. I'd show them failure. Diego's UCLA send-off party was the final straw. My parents rented a banquet hall with a banner reading Future Lawyer. Guests toasted Diego's brilliance. I helped cook, serving my tacos, but no one mentioned my contest win or plans. Standing by the stove, I vowed I'd build a legacy bigger than their expectations. At 18, I moved out, renting a tiny studio in San Diego's Gaslamp Quarter with my catering savings. By day, I studied culinary arts, learning knife skills and flavor pairing. By night, I worked as a line cook at Taco Haven, flipping tortillas and saving every penny. My food cart, a beat-up silver trailer, became my obsession. I spent weekends fixing it up: new paint, a propane grill, and a sign reading Maya's Fusion Fiesta. My parents kept their distance. When we talked, it was about Diego. He's acing law school. I'd nod, hiding my hurt, and share nothing about my progress. Meanwhile, I tested recipes: tandoori chicken tacos, bulgogi burritos, popping up at farmers markets. Customers loved them, and my Instagram, at Maya's Fusion Fiesta, hit 5,000 followers. But the grind was brutal. Permits cost a fortune, my cart broke down weekly, and I lived on instant ramen to afford gas. At 20, a break came. A local food festival, San Diego Taste Fest, invited me to compete for a $10,000 prize and a spot in their incubator program. It was my shot to scale my business. I worked for weeks, perfecting a new dish: a vegan jackfruit taco with gochujang aioli and pineapple salsa. To save money, I slept in my cart some nights, showering at a gym. My parents didn't know. They'd stopped asking about my hobby. The festival was a zoo: food trucks, live music, and thousands of hungry locals. I served my tacos, heart racing. When my name was called as the winner, I nearly dropped my spatula. The $10,000 let me buy a real food truck, a shiny red beast I named Fiesta One. The incubator connected me with mentors who taught me branding and scaling. My Instagram jumped to 20,000 followers, and I started catering events. For fun, I pulled a prank on my parents. Knowing they followed my Instagram, thanks to Diego, I posted a fake photo of my cart broken down, captioned, "Rough day, maybe cooking's not for me." Mom called instantly. "Maya, we told you this would happen. Come home." I grinned, planning to reveal my success later. Diego texted, suspicious, "Sis, you trolling?" I replied with a winking emoji. The real test came at 25. Taste Fest announced a national food truck showdown in Los Angeles with a $100,000 prize and a TV deal with Food Network. Winning could make my truck a brand, but doubt crept in. Competitors were big names, and my parents' words, "You'll fail," echoed. I invited my family to the showdown, sending a vague note: "Join me in LA July 15th. I wanted them to see failure in the spotlight. I threw everything into prep. My team, 2 cooks I'd hired, helped craft a menu blending my best dishes. We practiced until midnight, perfecting every flavor. My truck gleamed, my logo bold. I wasn't just cooking, I was building a legacy. The LA Food Truck Showdown was electric: neon lights, foodie crowds, and TV cameras everywhere. My truck, Fiesta One, stood out, its red paint gleaming. I wore a black chef's jacket with my logo, nerves buzzing. My parents and Diego arrived, looking confused, unaware I was a finalist. They thought I'd invited them to a random food event. When the host called Maya's Fusion Fiesta, I took the stage, my team behind me. "I'm Maya Rivera," I said, voice strong. "I built this from nothing, despite being told I'd fail. My food's about connection, Mexican heart, global soul." We served our signature jackfruit taco, plus a new shrimp korma quesadilla. The crowd lined up, raving, "This is unreal." Judges, including a Food Network star, nodded as they tasted. I glanced at my family. Mom clutched Dad's arm, eyes wide. Diego's jaw dropped, his phone out, filming. The judges deliberated, and the host announced, "The winner for innovation and impact, Maya's Fusion Fiesta. The crowd roared. I accepted the $100,000 check and a Food Network contract, tears streaming. Cameras flashed as my team hugged me. Off stage, my parents approached, faces raw. Dad's voice cracked. Maya, we were wrong. We thought we were protecting you, but you're incredible. Mom sobbed. We didn't see your passion. We're so proud. Diego grinned, holding a tiny taco keychain. Sis, I kept your first recipe card. You're the real deal. I laughed, hugging them, my prank forgotten. The twist hit me later. Their doubt wasn't malice. They feared for my future, blinded by their own definition of success. But it fueled me to build something bigger, a legacy of flavor, community, and defiance. My truck wasn't just food, it was proof I was enough. Today, Maya's Fusion Fiesta is a national brand with trucks in 5 cities and a Food Network show. My Instagram's at 300,000 followers, and I mentor young chefs. My parents run my San Diego Trucks fan club, and Diego's my lawyer, handling contracts. But the real win? Knowing I turned doubt into a legacy. If someone's called you a failure, listen up. Your dreams are your power. Cook, create, fight. Build a legacy that screams, I'm enough. You've got this. Thanks for tasting my story. If it fired you up, hit that like button and subscribe. Comment, who doubted your dreams and how'd you prove them wrong? I'm reading every one. Share this with someone chasing a dream and ring that bell for more. Let's keep building legacies.